like Nemesis draft is like too underwhelming.
Stealing ideas?
Wait, there's an idea for this? From this, these other heroes? Treant Protector is not going to outlast anyone in these fights. Like, the further this game goes on, the more heavily this goes in the favor of the dire side.
Yang in trouble already, and this looks like it might be a first blood onto Yang. Catchy Lick will pull him back, but maybe a trade. I mean, a lot of damage being done to these heroes. They did get first blood by killing Yang, but Jab's on the run. Plasma Field, Moon, the CEO, will be able to survive. Torrent not going to land, and it's just going to be TMing getting a kill into Jabs with the Largo, using that Catchy Lick. Love to see it. Plasma Field chase. They might even just go on this again, right? Like, they come down here, and now they've got Dual Breath, Catchy Lick one more time. Power Shot doesn't get the kill. The raises coming through. 23's in trouble. He ends up dead. Q's got another Power Shot in a second. They've also gone Invis on his Treant Protector. And then eventually you just go Power Shot and get the kill shot. But another kill is going to be here for the Shadow Fiend eventually, surely, on this Treant Protector. But Underlord is back in with the Firestorm. Does Q get the pick off with this Power Shot? Ooh. Oh! He fucking got him! Dude, if we're not in SEA,
And then getting an early level 6 before him, of course, just makes it that much easier.
Ooh,
to be
Torrent
able to
Power
run
Shot?
down.
Oh, another kill shot for Q. X. Torrent Power Shot, and that won't get the kill. But the Shackle, it's always the one in the back. He doesn't have another Power Shot, unfortunately. But now the Catchy Lick, and the Frog Stomp, not enough.
Yeah, so you have just to be a little bit careful about when she uses the wind run. They do end up losing Razor down there. Bubaka's sitting really low, almost getting run down by the creeps. He has to turn around.
I've just got my eyes on this Windrunner, truthfully.
Now.
Oh, well, Shrek showing up. Shackle might bait them in. They've got Catchy Lick. That'll move him out of the Torrent. Well done. Couple of raises. They get the kill here. Moon's over, lands the stun. And this should be Jabs dead as the chase is on. They need another Catchy Lick, what they have in 2 seconds. But Moon, there with the Lightning Storm, gets the kill. There's a sentry down. They know exactly where he's at. He'll say hi. Bobika would just gotta stand here. Oh, man. And then they've got the Pit of Malice. This is problematic for the Treant Protector. And eventually he dies to Bobika. The burn overwhelms him.
Yeah.
Brain is just, I'm like, guys, I can't do this anymore. I'm dying. They find the Beastmaster. Primal Roar gets used, some decent damage on a Moon, but here comes TMing, and Mac is in trouble. The Fox Stomp, but the 3-man Torrent, now the Shackles, it's always the one in the back, and they get the kill on a Moon. It's Q again coming in clutch. They finally get the kill on a Mac, with the Fiend's Gate getting used. They will at least trade 2 for 1, but Q again, good.
Or at low HP, but yeah, I don't think it really matters. He gets away on Underlord, very nice.
He is in trouble. Shackles connect. Doesn't have a Power Shot for 4 seconds. Just needs to get the vision and will get the kill. But the Fiend's Gate coming in. And now maybe he won't get it. He still needs to shoot this Power Shot. Holding it for a while. And Kunkka Jab's been taken out by Moon and Yang moving over. Torrent doesn't connect on the Jakiro. The Power Shot's off the mark. And matter immediately. But they are in Roche for a second. Max got himself that Ags. The Drums of Slom. And he is spotted. Ice Path. And the stun from Moon. A lot of damage being done to Mac. Catchy Lick keeps him in the Macro Pyre. And that is a kill onto Mac, taking out the Beastmaster. Shackle attempted to steal with a Torrent and a Ghost Ship. They're going to throw the Ghost Ship to start. They got the Torrent onto 2. Can they get it onto Roche? Ice Path is down the blink in, but the Aegis picked up by Moon. Q will die. Valiant attempt.
Yeah.
Respectful.
Excellent timing on the boat, but
they're not going to find these heroes all too close just yet, but if they stay nearby, this could be a problem. Torrent misses. Now Ghost Ship, but they've got the X. It's actually kind of twisted up a little bit, but the Power Shot comes in, and a lot of damage being done on TMing as well. Force Staff used by the Shadow Fiend to help him get out of that. You do end up getting a kill into Bobika.
End up paying off the way of them and getting that Jakiro.
Stun lands onto the Kunkka. Pit of Malice. Shackle hits this little Shrek. But a lot of damage being done to Q, and they're actually going to give up on this Kunkka to try and get this kill here. Fiend's Gate now with the Pit of Malice. Going to be locked up in the Pit of Malice again with Catchy Lick. They use that to get control. Unbeknownst to them, onto the Razor, who's now forced to use that BKB. And you can start to see These Pit of Malices line up, and it's such area denial that it forces you into a BKB.
Yeah, and then look up. They want to walk up this high ground here and put some pressure onto this one. They do have another Fortify available. They should be a bit careful with how much pressure they put on this, and Bobica is off on the other side of the map at the moment.
Jump in, blink, roar, catchy lick, pulling him back. X goes the other way, and they are going to kill off Fly. Tried for it, Overgrowth, Pit of Malice down. Moon's already leaving the fight. He doesn't want to be involved at all. Plasma Field comes across, hits on 2, and they will get the kill on a Yang too. Power shot and the pullback with the X make it a third. TMing drops. Jakiro not there. Moon 50 seconds. Fight breaks out. They gone to the roar. Catchy lick. X though pulls him back once again. Ghost ship second time around. And they're still alive. Moon pops those Guardian Greaves. He is alive and going. The look over jabs Catchy lick into the stun, but the Overgrowth, it's on to 4. They've got the torrent to follow it up. Moon, he sustains, but he sustains no longer. They look for the Requiem. They can't get it off. They've stunned up Fly. Mac ends up dead. The look over at Jabs, a lot of damage being done here to Yang, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill. Power shot finishes him off. Jabs ends up gone to Yang's Firestorm. Bobica going to stand here with a nice path on 3, but it does not matter, as eventually he will be killed by a power shot snipe that comes in from Q. Sustain or not, I would like to see Largo just go for this shard. They will find Q, try to get this kill, and will do so. But the Encore is pretty important to the moveset here of Largo. Yep. 2 for 1 special. And that's why Holy Locket's really good as well. Backfire down, Overgrowth there. Moon's in trouble. He's going to be torrented up and die. They've got the Pit of Malice onto a couple of these heroes. Maybe they trade here. Maybe they do. They get the tree and the BKB. They're going to look. The Requiem flies in, but it's not going to do anything. And now the Catchy Lick, high ground to low ground. They still static link onto this Shadow Fiend, and Razor going to run forward with an extra 148. They've got this Eye of the Forest that sees them completely, and they've got the Pit of Malice down. Max going to move forward. They hit the X. It's on to the Underlord, and even with that Lotus Orb, just not going to be enough. The Shackle connects on a 2. Force Staff out of the Largo so he can Catchy Lick onto Bobica, where the power shot misses. Yule's just on the end of that X, but still the Shackle again connects. Oh, Q. God damn, dude. Holy shit.
I'm like really impressed.
Jakiro? I mean, you try with Moon, but the Shackle, the Pipe, the damage, the death of Bobica is quite quick. And now Moon, he's in here pretty tight, but the Catchy Lick, I don't know if it's going to matter. Tidal Wave pulling him back. They're still in the Pit of Malice. They get the 3, kill on a 23. Can they? It's just the Aegis. I mean, that's all they're going to get so far. They think about a Requiem, but the X pulls him back. Now he's going to stun again, and they look for the power shot. Overgrowth, Catchy Lick, Requiem finally flies out, but the BKB timing from Mac is still there, and he's still moving forward. They just do not have the damage. Oh, that's almost in the red. Primal Roar, that gets used, sorry. Torrent comes through. They get the kill on a Yang very quickly, and they're going to look for the rest. Down goes Largo and the Jakiro. This BKB is too late. The Overgrowth and the Manta. Primal Roar afterwards. Oh, God. GG is called. Game 1 goes the way of Team Nemesis. These BKBs just feel a little bit too little too late, honestly.
I think YAKULT brothers had no business losing this game. Like, I don't believe you.
I literally
choose to move into the jungle and start looking for CS that way.
Smoke on the edge. Hiding in the trees, broken, and still moving forward. Q. No way they don't see him. Surely. But I would assume he's trying to go power shot. Max still getting chased. And dead shot. Avalanche comes in. They just walked Mac down. Like, that felt like you could just... a piece of candy.
Yes, the zero bounty rune stratagem. I believe Sun Tzu wrote about this one in The Art of War.
I'm just going to say this. Every time we've seen 4 bounty runes and a first blood, it usually ends up with that team winning, guaranteed, as they just kill Q. If Bobica doesn't die here, and he's just got to avoid a dead shot, no. Shanwell is going to get that kill, but goddamn.
Morta is like on the top of the net worth on her team, but Centaur is also the most farmed. Because of that, Daniel was just like, okay, I'll help out mid lane a little bit. I'll go deny the water rune. So they stop Moon from getting that. He's like more likely to run out of mana because of that. And he just opts to put 2 in a hoof stop, run this Mortar down, constantly threaten her with kills. Boboka's just gonna dive the tower.
Yeah. Although Tame the Beast does fear him up, and the impalement arts are pretty decent. The calling is there. And now, all of a sudden, Yang doesn't have the ability to get this kill, and Mac comes over, drops down that magnetize, and Yang, can he die to neutrals? Can he get a kill here? No. Good rotation from Nemesis.
Rare Boboka mistake there, getting the toss off into the Centaur, but Spirit is able to shrug that one off. And now he's looking for a kill up top and onto Yang, who's overextended.
Yeah, Yang out a little bit far, and they will throw down the Wheel of Wonder, but Q's dead to Fly off screen while they go for Yang.
And these ancient stacks end up getting contested here.
Yeah, why are you doing this? Stop.
Yeah, get it together, my friend. We're all on the same team here.
Dream Coil on a 2. Toss. The damage on a Q. The plasma field is there, but the escape act. Static link, kick, breaks it, and he's trying to get in front of the roll, and he can. The silence now on to Max, still alive, but eventually the plasma field from Fly gets the kill, and he's on a killing spree. Yeah, 70 seconds without it.
We haven't talked very much about Jabs in the Timbersaw, and he says that a pretty uneventful game, 0-0-0. Ooh, I'm looking in the wrong places.
I saw it, don't worry. They get the kill, Jabs 0-0-0, 70-1, going into the Kaya. His game has been quiet, but it's not been farm-filled. As you can see the difference between him and the Centaurs.
Almost finished. How about that? Is he going to open with a roll?
Roll, misses, Vessel, but he's in a bad area, but it's not going to matter much. Power shot! Ooh. Raindrop's actually kind of saving him there. Used one of them, and now they're going to go for this Ringmaster, and Fly's going to come back and say, I want the kill. And they'll get the gold for it. Especially because of the fact that he, wants to finish that Mjolnir pretty quickly, and they're right on top of Q. Grab themselves another one, and that's now 10-5 in favor of YAKULT. You wonder?
I haven't been watching any sumo, unfortunately. I was getting really into it, during COVID.
Oh, it's great. Good kill on a Boboka, using that Wheel of Wonder.
I picked up a bunch of really strange hobbies here. You see that just get picked up?
Oh, God. Dream Coil. And the silence. Your Midas is on cooldown. Activate it. Escape act. Chaotic offering and a kill on a Mac.
No, I'm just surprised he didn't activate the regeneration rune there in order to heal up while he was under fire, but maybe you figured he'd be dying no matter what.
Forward pressure on and not finding anybody just yet. Mac is mid. Shackle shot comes in, and they've got this puck in trouble and will be killed off pretty early on. Behind them was the Stampede, and they just don't have the damage from Moon anymore. The Fatal Bonds on a couple of these heroes, but looking over at the backlines, the Escape Act in the backline is this Razor. TP out from the Muerta. The damage, though, is there. And now Fly looking towards the rest. Hoof Stomp lands out of the Windrunner, and now they're going to get this second kill. Q's gone. Jabs has to leave, and he does not do so. So now they've got the Avalanche into the toss, and they're going to bring Janwell over. That might just be a +1. He's dead himself. The Escape Act's going to end, and Fly now, without a BKB, is in trouble. He'll die instead. Jabs turns this around, looking over at Boboka, has the help of Mac. Blink away. Roll is not going to land. The TP attempt out will be successful.
Mike, does he get the refresher before he goes Satanic here? Ooh, Jabs.
Plasma Field and the Avalanche, then the toss with the Static Link of the Silence for the Waning Rift. Pipe's not going to matter. Easy kill. Fly's got that one.
Centaur relatively close by. BKB very early from Fly. He's got the refresher, so he doesn't have to worry too much. But Blink Hoof Stomp and the kill there onto the Windrunner. They'll kill Q first, and 23's got to be careful. He's got a BKB to work with and might be forced to use it. Pierces the Veil. BKB, there's the refresher into a BKB of his own. Fly uses both BKBs. Dream Coil comes out. They'll look over at Jabs. They get on top of this Timber Saw, toss up, and killed off as he will fall to Moon. 2 heroes dead there. They did pierce the Veil. They did BKB. That being said, Razor did use both.
I think they can take this fight, actually. Earth Spirit's getting in position to do it.
Fly buyback comes out. Jabs, Chaotic Offering. Flying in, no BKB, and this is a very dead Fly. He dies early on. They lose the Ringmaster. They BKB on Mac, They're going to buy back on both Euros on the side of the Dire, trying to make it back in. Bobica gone, TPing out as the Centaur. Moon, meanwhile, getting chased. He's dead too. That's a silence and another kill. Another fight like this from Nemesis that went their way in game number 1, happening again in game number 2. Moon. He was stuck in such an odd place. Oh, Moon. Oh, the sun is rising and the moon is falling. It's Majora's Mask, and they just pulled the moon out of the sky and threw it into the ground. Did you see where he was stuck?
On the side of Nemesis, though, which is something that they haven't done in a while.
Okay. I said ooh, but... Well, 3-man hoof stomp didn't turn into anything just yet, but they go to the chaotic offering. They blow up 23. That's more ooh than ooh. And jabs up onto the high ground. Twisted Chakram thinking about the hoof stomp. 4-staff coming out from Cube. Put him onto the low ground. Timber Chain away. Getting some distance, but the plasma field and the lockdown now on a Jabs. He is in some trouble. Shackles don't do much. Toss over now. And Q's right on top of Jabs as he'll end up dead.
Yep. With no buyback available, you going down right there is also tiresome.
It's just all... it's only Wednesday. Something meme. Earth Spirit. Uh-oh. Dead with buyback. Going to be forced to use it immediately. They go to the wheel, and they kill Fly pretty quickly. Gems on the deck. TMing's in trouble. Right on top of him is Jabs, and this is another fight where YAKULT, they've committed pretty heavily, and they may not really pay off. Avalanche toss, though, with the static link. Down goes Jabs. He is all alone, while the rest of the team has already retreated back to the base.
These fights is also just like kind of unfortunate.
Oh, Fly. He's got an Aegis. They'll pop the BKB. The static link. Mac needs to be careful. Magnetize on the jump in. They go for this. Muerta trying to get the kill here. Ethereal with the Pierce the Veil. The dead shot's going to keep him alive, but into the blade mail. He is going to die. Has buyback. Will use it. But they didn't get the Aegis out of the hands of Fly. Gale Force pulling him back towards the rest of the team. The Impalement Arts, and they're going to TP in the Earth Spirit towards the front line. Roll on the back. Does get the Magnetized down pretty deep, but they get the kill into the Muerta again, and Muerta dead for 2 minutes. They jumped him, and they will be able to potentially finish off the game. Chaotic Offering even flies through. Mac going to be able to get out with the roll, and the Magnetized just does not look like it's going to be enough to get maybe more than 1 kill, but even then, he's got the Glimmer. He'll survive it.
Mega expires and Muerta dead for 90 seconds. Yeah, Spirit like trying to desperately get it and finish off some of these heroes, but not enough burst damage. With the extra like mana regen sustain that they have, so with that, they drop the banner. They go for these tier 4s, and I really don't see like the damage they have to be able to prevent this. 30 seconds for Magnetized. Timbersaw just like has almost nothing.
GG is called. We're going to a game 3.
Yep.
Meow.
Oh. It was a very big play by Team Nemesis, but
I was ex-MI6 military army. Charge coming in. Looking for Bobica. Unstable concoction hits on the Bobica. They're going to get the first blood on this Jakira. Jason Statham.
Yeah, 2 bounty runes get denied. Moon grabs 1, Yang grabs the other, so it's a 2-for-0 bounty rune exchange, which is incredibly bizarre.
Oh, Fly. Oh, good Shackle, alright. Unstable concoction. And a blood grenade coming out. Ancient Apparition's gonna get the kill on the Jabs. I think Crystal Maiden might actually be next. I know they got the kill on the Fly. But Ancient Apparition and Bobica on the Jakiro now carrying the game. So, under the tower for a second, looks back at the Crystal Maiden, and they do not get this kill here. They'll TP in the Spirit Breaker, who will charge up, kill off Bobica, and turn this around on the Yang, who will also be dead. Dead Yang strats. Naffin. It's me, Jason Statham. I can't believe we can afford him. Unstable Concoction again, Bobica. There's a dual breath out, and they've got Tombstone again. This ability feels like it's got a long cooldown, but at the same time, they've been using it so often, it almost feels like it doesn't have a cooldown. Does Jason Statham look like the type of man to carry a fucking pen? Movie quote, not being an asshole. They're gonna look to get the kill on the Jabs. Oh, Fly. Does he survive this? That's disgusting. Meanwhile, Bobica's dead top. Q is on the run. Did they get the kill on the Yang? No, he's still here. He's got Tombstone in 35. Yang, who's almost level 6, by the way. Stable Concoction going to be thrown over. They've also got the Crystal Maiden. They're going to TP in the Ancient Apparition. Yang throws down the Tombstone, gets a decay onto a couple of these heroes, and the Blood Grenade going the other way. Dream Coil used, Moon's in, the Illusory Orb Curveball hits both heroes. It's 1, it's 2, it might even be a 3rd. The Chemical Rage is running out in about half its duration, but they're not going to chase this Alchemist. Does he know where the Huskar is? Jason Statham wouldn't miss this shot. Oh, God. Jason's back. Yang? I think you immediately throw Ice Blast top here, and that's what they're going to do. It should land onto this Huskar.
He's just dead.
And now he's just dead. So that for Yang, not entirely worth it 1 for 1, especially if Fly just dies here. Ice Path on a 3. Nether Strike comes in. Fly's dead, though. An Ancient Apparition going to try and help here with the Cold Feet coming through over the Alchemist, but they get the kill of the Boca and they take out Jan well. Jason Statham thinking this Alchemist is going to stand his ground against the Ancient Apparition as well as this Puck, but Dream Coil gets committed and they get kill on the 23. Charge away by Q.
This thing is like undervalued. Teams are starting to pick it up quite a bit more though.
Charge
makes a lot of sense on the Spirit Breaker though.
Spirit Breaker. Waning Rift. Ice Path, but Unstable Concoction is going to come through on a Moon. No, he's going to avoid it. Ice Blast short of the target. They go to the Dream Coil and the Freezing Field from this Crystal Maiden. They're still trying to get a kill onto the Alchemist, who finally dies. They lose the Ancient Apparition. Life Break hits onto Yang. He's silenced and in trouble. Will end up dead before he's able to get the decay off. Meanwhile, Puck, he will try to get out, but there is a charge coming through his way, and still this obs that they just have no idea about. So, Frostbite, charge in, Nether Strike, Moon's dead.
Just like that. Yeah, the damage boost on this thing's kind of insane.
He's in trouble. And locked down continually, but now goes in to the Focus Fire. It doesn't matter. Ice Blast, no, on a 2. That lands. They might be able to get a kill on a Jabs. They should. He'll shatter. Meanwhile, Dream Coil onto the Spirit Breaker, and that's going to be another one.
Yeah. Like the end. Yeah, the damage boost on this thing's kind of insane.
He's in trouble. And locked down continually, but now goes in to the Focus Fire. It doesn't matter. Ice Blast, no, on a 2. That lands. They might be able to get a kill on a Jabs. They should. He'll shatter. I also would like to add, I kind of wish the Radiant was smoking a little bit more to be throwing down better vision to try and see this Huskar. But you can definitely tell that they're trying to protect this Huskar as much as they can with all the sentries around the map. They get a kill to the Ancient Apparition. Fly is going to be running the Unstable Concoction lands, but the Ice Path is down on the Mac. They use that Aegis pretty early on. Bobica is going to be dead too. Heroes surrounding this Windrunner, and they've got the Tombstone, but what else do they have to help out Windrunner? The answer is nothing, and that's 3 for nil. They even get the Aegis. Ooh, looking for the stun, but not going to find it. And now you've hit that 20-minute mark where you're just going to get yourself a free.
It's being flown out to him now. So 7k net with advantage is pretty crazy. I think that they're... As long as he swaps it in. Please, you want the BKB instead of the Fairy Fire.
Not the biggest fan of, but I understand it in a game like this. And Yang gonna drop a Tombstone, but he is dead on his screen. And even after the Guardian Greaves, life is not going to be easy for him. They'll get the kill on him and the Tombstone.
Nether Strike, and then of course, Aghanim Scepter on the Huskar, which it doesn't look like he's going for. He's going for the Blink Dagger next after Sandra Yasha.
Good kill onto the Razor, but now the turnaround, trying to go for the Ancient Apparition. And, ooh, ends up keeping him alive for a little bit longer. I don't know how much is going to matter with Yang getting silenced and chased. Nether Strike thinking about getting the Puck. They don't get the kill quite yet there. It's a 2 for 1, a Razor for both the offlane and a support, but they have found themselves Fly. He's silenced. Nether Strike lands, and they get the kill there, too. Except this time they lost the Crystal Maiden. Not too bad, though, as this is a Windrunner that really just can't escape. And then Bobica going to try and TP out. Q's dead to Moon off screen, but while you try to TP out, Unstable Concoction lands, and they go and hit that life break, getting themselves a 4th. React. Well, this Parasma is going to bring them a lot more damage once they have it on the Puck. Still, they're just very far from it. Radabetos out of this Spirit Breaker early Macro Pyre. And that's the Ags Macro Pyre, but they are burning this Alchemist pretty low to the point where he's forced to pop that BKB. Ice Blast hits him, and if they can just commit the damage, they should be able to get that kill. BKB will run out, and then Ice Blast will get him low, and that will shatter him. So they get the kill there. The Waiting Rift is going to be through onto the Crystal Maiden. Janwell trying to run. Decay lands, and he'll use that Crystal Clone to get to the low ground. Ice Path connects from Bobica. Another Decay. The Shackle hits, and they get themselves a second. Well done there by YAKULT. Unstable Concoction. And that is going to be thrown over at some illusions. Rapier locks him up, and now they go to the Dream Coil to follow that up. But the Life Break on the backline, going after the Ancient Apparition. The Tombstone's down the low ground with the BKB. He's going to start to focus the Tombstone, soul ripping it, trying to keep it alive. Meanwhile, the Static Link of the chase is on a Fly. He's getting pushed out of the fight. It's a Jakiro dead. Jabs chasing Fly all the way out. But back in the fight, they'll look for the Huskar. They get the kill on a Mac. They'll take him and away from this one for 83 with no buyback. But Yang, he'll try to survive it all. Freezing field, the Static Link, there's just no chance, even though he's got these massive decays, and he was pretty huge at that point. But unfortunately for him, he ended up dead. It's a 3-for-1. Bottom. Huskar. Ice Blast is flying in, and it will land on a 3. It also has that shard on it, and that means this puck's able to get away for a second. Shackle does not connect on anything on the back. They go to the Lincolns. That ends up getting popped. BKB's going to be popped at Jabs. They'll go after this Tombstone, standing his ground. Can they just soul rip it to keep it healthy? That's what they'll do. Macropyre down on the ground, but the Ancient Apparition is in some danger with this Alchemist coming from behind them. But they look over the Huskar. The Shackles are connected with the BKB. They get the kill on the Alchemist, and now they get the kill on the Mac. They take him out. Bobica, he ends up falling for the side of the Radiant. They'll TP the rest out. But finally, a fight for YAKULT in which they have themselves some success.
I'm just texting you to let you know that I'm still unemployed and playing Deadlock.
Stun and Dead Moon. Uh-oh.
I guess his gem was like a sign of everyone just kind of accepting that the game is slowing down. They got them on both the puck and the Huskar.
Ice Blast immediately. Oh, hit on 2. It actually hit the Huskar. If they had help, they might be able to kill both these heroes. They'll snap the coil. The right-click damage. The Macropyre is down, and Mac dies. Immediately tipped by Tiaming. They look for this Spirit Breaker. They're trying to get this kill. He'll charge away, but the damage... Oh, Fly finishes him off.
Yeah, that DD rune on the puck ended up being significant there. Enough.
Jabs goes in. Buyback going to be committed for the Spirit Breaker. Puck TPing forward, and now actually the charge ends up getting stopped. They'll look for the Shackle. They've got the Macropyre down with the Dream Coil. That's going to be right on top of Jabs. They'll get the kill. He's easily dispatched. And dead for 100 seconds. His buyback might be forced. They're going to get this mid-set Aracto.
Yeah, if nothing else, they end up grabbing this one. They throw an Ice Blast out from the base, ends up connecting with 2 heroes. So Alchemist doesn't want to commit forward. He's being zoned out of the team fight as they go look for a second rack. He went for this tier 3.
And he's got this Octarine on Ancient Apparition, so it's only a 30-second cooldown. And by the time it actually shatters from that far away, it's up again. He's probably just going to throw it top. He's looking for it. They're going to jump forward. And now the Alchemist is going to be stunned. He's not going to be able to get out in the initial part of this one. The Ice Blast is coming in. It's going to hit on the 4 of these heroes. But can they get the damage out to finish him off? They'll look over as the Huskar. He's low. So is this Crystal Maiden who had that Aghanim Scepter. But they'll look as they get the kill on a Fly. They'll take on the risk. Wind Ranger. They should be able to have Ice Blast up again in just a second, and they might be able to throw it one more time. Can they get it onto the Huskar? He just needs to be able to survive, but he's silenced. Oh, no longer silenced. Gets the Ice Blast off onto the Huskar. Oh, he gets it off. Is he going to survive through the Ice Blast? They get the kill on the Moon. They'll take out the Ancient Apparition. They'll look over at this Undying, and now they've got him bound to the ground, and he'll try to soul rip and survive, but it's a full team wipe. They don't end up getting the Huskar.
Yeah, and they tip it back. Huskar survives 2 Ice Blasts.
The call. Not that I think Ags is anything there, but Jakiro chased, and they need the Ice Blast, but it's on cooldown. They're not even going to have the Macropyre, and a gem is placed onto the deck that Huskar is going to pick up.
Yep.
Dream Coil. Moon. He was in with that Dream Coil. Doesn't have an Aghanim Scepter or anything like that. Ice Blast flies in. Some of these heroes are now on the run. They've got an Aegis. They're going to try and get the kill to the Razor, but he's going to BKB. The Shackle's not going to matter. They're going to jump in with a Life Break. He goes down to the back lines looking for the Ancient Apparition, who's going to end up taunted and potentially dead. but he survives for now. Ice Path on the ground. Rapier just in a bad spot. They go to the Jewel Breath. They get the Kona back. They're going to use this freezing field gem. Well, he's got himself that BKB. He's got the Aghanim Scepter, and they get Bobica. They get the kill onto the Ancient Apparition. They'll lose Fly. He's going to be forced to buy back. And now can they get anything here? Ice Blast looking for it downrange. Not going to land onto the Alchemist, but it flies over Shanwell, who's going to be in trouble. Moon, not a lot of life left, but Illusory Orb does hit him. Can they get the kill, though? He's going to be Invis. Dream Coil, even committed. But this Ice Blast is going to end in a second, so he's not going to shatter. No, he will, with the help from Moon going in. Puckish, Mac in, doesn't get the silence on a Moon. He was trying to get that silence, but jumps in on a Yang now with the Shackle coming through on a couple of these heroes. Mac, Guardian Greaves, Yang still alive, but going to be hit with that unstable concoction. A Waning Rift once more. Ice Blast flying in with the Octarine Core. Hits onto the Alchemist as well as this Huskar. Yang trying to survive, but eventually the right clicks get the kill for 23. They've got the Static Link. It's on a Fly, who are already bought back into the fight. They go to the Nether Strike. It's going to land here, and Fly's dead for 2 minutes. Moon trying to hold the game. He gets the kill on a Q. They're going to buy back on the Spirit Breaker. They get the kill on the Ancient Apparition. They look over as the Unstable Concoction hits onto the Undying. He's on the high ground trying to run, but the silence is there. The life break. One way, now the other. He's going to get you. Now with the charge, he gets the kill. Moon buys back immediately as that went all the way with him. That was insane.
I want to take out these tier 4s as quick as possible.
Waning Rift, Dream Coil gets used, and now Rapier is down on the ground. Maybe they can get the kill here onto the Huskar. They're going to get the Static Link. They'll look for the life break, but they've got themselves the Lotus Orb. They're looking for the Nether Strike. He's inside the fountain. You got to be careful. Q gonna survive. Throne still not exposed. Tier 4 is not dead just yet. 30 seconds till they get the Ancient Apparition. They go to the life break. It's gonna be on now to the Puck. Phase shifts. They still attack the tier 4 towers. Nemesis trying to get the victory here. They've got the throne exposed. It's 20 seconds now until they've got themselves the Ancient Apparition, but the throne's going to be exposed. They need to get these creeps out of the base, and he's looking to maybe cut the creep wave. BKB's going to be popped. They're trying to finish it off. They've got it down to about 1,500 health, but can they stop these heroes? They look for the Alchemist. They get the kill there. They've got the Yules, but the damage still. The Razor looking to end it, and will. Nemesis will get the victory here over the side of YAKULT and get the third game victory.